Welcome back, YouTube. This is Asper. So this will be episode 17 of the Super Mario World playthrough. So in this particular episode, we kick it off with the death as far as those pitches kind of happen. It's about where the last episode kind of left us. It's within the tone behind it, I would have to say. The basic thing is you are probably you're gonna need a blue Yoshi for this. It'd probably be the easiest one, just because the concept that it just automatically makes him fly when you get an enemy. So it just kind of has the concept of this being able to do it, but. Yeah, the thing about I think I said this in a previous episode, but it's just kind of the concept that this stage is kind of where it doesn't want you to get the enemies at the beginning of the stage. It's not that difficult. It is kind of the concept is just more like it's just dexterous and trying to get the process behind it. So it just wants you to kind of go through the platforms there and kind of get through it that way more so. And then in addition to that, not lose Yoshi, but. I want to say you actually get a Yoshi in this stage later on, but I just think it's the incorrect one that you need. So you basically have to do it the tough way here, and that's just kind of the thing. But it just gave me more kind of snafu, obstacle-like demeanors as far as those pitches going to happen. But I look after it. I mean, it results in some entertainment here, so it's a good concept. But, yeah. I mean, these stages are not horribly difficult, but it just is kind of the concept of being able to say that, you know, it is like I feel like it's just kind of back and forth. I mean, I feel like these stages are not tougher than like the final world, the Bowser Land, and some of those type ones, and Special World especially. But this kind of has probably like a modest difficulty, you know, just enough to possibly mildly piss you off a little bit. But that's I don't know. I didn't so much get pissed off of doing this, but you know, it's simple. You know, this is vintage game here, just being able to say. But so. Just going to stack up on some lives here. It's a simple way to just kind of grind a little bit, just kind of farm and that sort of stuff as far as those pitches going to happen. I mean, it's simple. I mean, it's one life at a time, but at least you can get like 4 or 5 so you can go back. But at that particular stage, I wasn't sure as to how many times I was going to do it. Because originally I thought that I didn't think that Star Road was going to take 2 episodes here to kind of do it. So it's just kind of the concept. But yeah, we do get some good bountifulness kind of get here. So so hopefully you're enjoying the hours. Don't know when particularly you're watching this, but I would think it'd be ideal to watch this, you know, 3:03 in the morning, 4:15, some pitches like that. Just enjoy the after hours crusades, some of these type pitches, just being able to have just within those aspects to just look after it. I mean, yeah, it's just the concept behind this particular game is, you know, the more that things kind of get pushed along, I just question if, like, to some folks, this game was like what the Atari was to folks my age and pitches like that. When you look, I mean, there were people, you know, back in the 70s and 80s that probably thought Atari was like, damn, this is pretty awesome here. But now you look, I mean, this game is a great game, but I just question some people really think that this is like ancient, like, you know, this like dinosaur, like Jurassic Park type stuff as far as those pictures would kind of happen with it, but I just look after it. So, this kind of happens to be a thing. See, but yeah, that's the concept. You need the enemies here, but this is the pitch behind, luckily, you know, you caught a spell of luck here, but just being able to say it, this is kind of the concept that I don't know why that stage is such a persnickety one. I mean, I get that it's trying to be tough, but this is kind of the concept that this is kind of, you know, like, there's a word I'm looking for, just kind of sporadic. But yeah, you do have to do that slide move, so in case you're not small, it's another concept is this possibly having to do the stage small, which means you can only take 1 hit. So, but yeah, it's taken care of. I mean, that's how you, I mean, I guess it has to make sense that this would be kind of amongst that, just because that's how you get the special lands. It's a concept that just having a little bit of, you know, pizzazz about it, but yeah, then we gotta unlock the rest of Star Road. So basically, Chocolate Land will resume after this particular episode. I'll go back towards to get those lands taken care of, and then I'll go to Bowser Land and get that taken care of. But I look after it. The main concept about it here is just being able to say that, I mean, I guess, you know, we're kind of burning through this game a little bit more. I mean, when I turned on this game, when I recorded the sessions, I don't remember how many stages I had unlocked, but I want to assume it was like in the 60s. I think we're really kind of getting pretty close towards how some of those things kind of actively happen. And I look after it like, I mean, 'cause the only real worlds left is just the rest of Chocolate Land, Bowser Land, and then Special Land, and then that's pretty much it, which would probably result in at least 6, 7, or 8 more episodes. I think I could probably sum up like Chocolate Land like the next 2 episodes, and then there's the ghost ship and some of that typeness to kind of get, but for the most part, it's pretty accurately taken care of. So, but yeah, I'm looking after it. So, good fare for this particular game here, just bountiful type fun to kind of get. Just kicking back in the evening after hours, some pitches like that, some good overall fare. You know, if you follow acidic roots, you know, obviously that the concept behind, you know, health-wise, and I mean, not, you know, this appetite-wise, there's not tons of pallets on my plate here, but, you know, just the concept of just me being able to say that like I got the mail the other day, and it was just really cool. I like the thing about September, which I really appreciate about September, at least in the United States. It's probably like this in Europe too, some pitches like that. But thing about September, which is probably more for like y'all, and like October, or more of like for y'all it'd be like April or March or something, that autumn would be like this in the southern hemisphere. But I just kind of feel like when it's like it may be 80 degrees and 83 degrees and pitches like that in like noon and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, just some of those concepts as far as being able to say that. But I look after it when it's like 6:30 p.m. the sun is setting, pitches like that. September gets really cool at night. I've always appreciated that concept. It's an awesome concept to be able to kind of you know, just overall, you know, just it's great weather to kind of appreciate, you know, like beers, pizza, some of that type of stuff, just kick in the backyard. I mean, it's too bad that there's still insects and mosquitoes and things like that out and about, and, you know, I don't know if they have, I question whether or not, I mean, I would assume there's mosquitoes in Europe and some of those type places, not as full-blown sure, but, you know, in America, mosquitoes are perilous. I mean, I assume that there are, but it just feels like there's just less metropolis-like conduct in Europe and some of those type of places. So just questioning, you know, there's just not as many, like, you know, rivers and ravines and some of those type of things in Europe to be able to say whether or not they have to deal with mosquitoes and things like that as much as they probably have them. But just being able to just look after it, like, within, yeah, I just appreciate, like, the cool nights, September, October. It's great stuff. It's real great feeling. Just being able to have, like, campfires, some of that typeness to be able to get, and, you know, just kick back, have some pizza, some of that type there in the backyard. It's easy kind of listen to music type there. It's simple conduct here to kind of have, so it's just good pitch. I would definitely appreciate that if you do watch this in like the fall, just have some after hours appreciation, go out and get the mail, something like that, or if you or just step out in your yard a little bit if there's not bugs, some of that typeness, just to appreciate it. Walk to a gas station, get like a frozen burritos, just some good concepts. Like I've said before with the corn nuts and some of those type pitches, frozen burritos and Chex Mix, some of that type fare, just excellent type concept. I can get a lot of those. But yeah, that about wraps up this particular episode. Just being able to say, so yeah, you're going to be seeing this ghost house oftenly enough, just because I just choose to include this particular session just to get to the save point, because you do have to beat one of these to save the game. So that's the thing. So alright folks, so basically, yeah, that takes care of part 17. There's going to be more of these down the road. There's going to be more Tomb Raider pitches like that. So subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night here, folks. See you in the next one.